What's up, guys? How's it going? I'm Lieutenant Nathaniel Flint of the Landship Scorpius, and welcome back! Because today we've got some big, bad Rivet Wars news! That is right, my friends. They announced the Kickstarter today, so let's show what we got. We've got so much to talk about, oh my goodness. So since my last video, Gen Con was happening, and of course I wasn't at Gen Con. I've been scouring for any little bit of news that we can find, but apparently you don't have to scour too far as long as you follow the official sources. Because Rivet Wars and Steamforged Games announced today, Rivet Wars Reloaded Kickstarter is coming September 6th. They released this promotion, and that promotion shows off some cool minis, a new mystery red mini that we haven't seen, but it announces a few things that I kind of want to talk about and unpack individually as things kind of come. But first off, it announces that the Kickstarter is coming September 6th. Woo! Cannot wait. Wow, that is big. That means that it is a little less than a month away, and I literally can't wait. I'm sitting here buzzing with energy and excitement. Wow. Another thing is it confirms and re-establishes, I don't think I made a video about this yet, the new third faction name are the Nemoans, most likely based off of Captain Nemo, but they are based on Jules Verne-esque, like, Hollow Earth faction that is drilling up to the surface and engaging in these Rivet Wars. They also hint at a few other things that I want to touch on depending on how much is released in the next coming weeks. Might do a video, might not, but they talk about a few things, which includes the brand new faction, the Nemoans. We'll show the pictures that we've had of them. Super excited. They are a third faction. They are entering the fray, and they look good from what we've seen so far. A new way to play. That could mean anything. That could mean that they're looking into a digital version, maybe a video game or something. That could just mean that they are delving further into the Rivet Wars tactics, which of course is the more traditional wargaming-esque with rulers and movement rules and building small armies that move together and have advantages together. That is more a traditional wargaming feel, and maybe they're diving into that. And it could mean something that we don't even know. Maybe they are completely changing up the rules, which I'm a little worried about, but I'm not that upset. Rivet Wars needs some changes to survive, so I'm very excited to see what they feel those changes need to be. They also said gorgeous new artwork. That what we've kind of already see is them kind of recoloring, reskinning, rechanging up some of the artwork on the box, but also I'm assuming for the cards, everything is getting a revamp. I would love to see how they do. So far they seem to be, at least with the minis, staying very faithful and true to the Rivet Wars art style. But we just haven't seen enough to know for certain, so I'm super excited to see where this is going to go. An update to the game engine. I'm concerned, but excited. This is directly saying they want to change how Rivet Wars is played. I'm hoping a few things. I'm a huge proponent of Rivet Wars is perfect. It's not perfect, but I'm a huge proponent of Rivet Wars is the in-between between board games and wargaming. And it allows a lot of customization. I love their grid-styled focus on attacking and movement to make it very simple and easy and also customizable. I really like the uniformity of it. So I'm very interested to see what these gameplay changes are going to end up bringing. I mean, it could be as simple as taking a hard look at the game as a whole from a meta standpoint, looking at all the FAQs and saying, this is too asymmetrical, which is a complaint a lot of you had in the community for a long time, that the Blight are just not as viable. I've even been a huge proponent of second wave fixes the Blight and makes them more viable. This could be big changes to how the game works that makes all of the factions more viable and balanced, even though they have this asymmetrical feel going on. And also, with adding a third faction, they could have needed some severe changes to the base game to make a three-way rock, paper, scissors element work a little better, which is understandable when they're, we've talked about we're not sure how this third faction will interact with the other two, seeing as Ruska and Ottomans were also going to be a double that assumed had things like the Ruska would have had bonuses and negatives versus the Blight, with the Ottomans having bonuses and negatives against the Allies, and them kind of working like that. I'm very interested to see what they choose to change, what they're going to be looking at. And I guess we will have to wait. And they said refined miniatures. This worries me the most. It makes me feel like for some reason they don't have access to, rights to, or the ability to the old minis, so they will be doing a complete revamp of all of Eastern Front minis as well. This kind of makes sense if they're doing a relaunch, but I'm a little worried that this is might be because they just don't have it, and I'm a little worried that combined with everything, this is going to be the Rivet Wars Eastern Front is over, and now it's time for this new game with these new mechanics, these new ways to play, and a whole new set of miniatures. I mean, my whole collection took years because I wasn't a part of the first Kickstarter. It was like, I mean, the first Kickstarter to get everything was like $300. So if we're talking about having to rebuy the whole of the first Kickstarter plus a third new faction who we hope is getting just as many minis and additions as the other two factions, we're now talking about that's going to be a hefty price. But trust me, I'm not going to miss out on this Kickstarter again. I'm ready to pay it. And I'm sure they wouldn't do that to the community as well. I mean, this is all speculation, rampant, based on the slightest choice of wording. This is by no means indicative of their intentions or whatever. The video is meant to get out there. September 6th, you bet we're going to do stuff for it. We're going to be preparing. We're going to be saving money right now. I'm already getting everything together because when that Kickstarter launches, I want to be there. I want to be all up in it. I want everything, and I want to be helpful and supportive to make sure that this process is a success. We're going to be doing live streams. We're going to be doing videos. We're going to be doing stuff. I am so excited. I've even been looking at my Rivet Wars catalog, wherever that pops up. I have an entire playlist of Rivet Wars videos where I go through rules, where I go through whatever. I've been rewatching them, and some of them need to be redone. Some of them are confusing. Some of them are wrong. It's just been years. I mean, it's been so many years since we've had any news at all. Now we have all the news. So I am so excited. Let's start talking about the community right here at the end. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it so that Rivet Wars has a better chance of finding its audience. Where to hang out? You really should get Steamforged Games, their mailing list. That's where they're pushing everyone, and that's where the first news is going to pop out. There's also Steamforged Games as well as Rivet Wars, Facebook's. I actually first saw this announcement on Instagram first, and then checked Facebook, and it had just posted. So the Rivet Wars Instagram and Steamforged Games Instagrams are pretty quick on news. Now you can go to the Kickstarter link in below, and you can sign up to be notified as soon as that launches. So there's that. I also want to give a huge shout out to Board Game Geeks Games, their forums. Rivet Wars Eastern Front forums has kind of become the hub for all things Rivet Wars. I'm assuming that eventually they will make a Rivet Wars Reloaded page that'll have its own forums, and I'm sure that will become the new hub for all this kind of new information as it starts to launch. I don't know how that works, but for now, all I can speak to is Rivet Wars Eastern Front on Board Game Geeks, their forums. All things Rivet Wars are there. There's also our subreddit, r/Rivet Wars, that I've been trying to revamp and redo and just get more open to people. Trying to keep everything up to date and put news and things. I also want to apologize. I've only been a moderator at r/Rivet Wars for a few years now, and I'm apparently a terrible mod. I did spot a bunch of things that were pending approval that never got approved, a bunch of posts, people even beating me to some news, and it just never got approved. I expected things like approvals and mod mail and stuff were going to be a notification. It's a little more active than I thought. And I just want to apologize to anyone who waited years for their post to be approved that wasn't. And then they saw that I, of course, posted my own and approved my own work. So I just want to apologize to that. I did figure all that out. I am pushing to do better. So r/Rivet Wars is a good place to meet, congregate, paint your minis, share them, talk about, go to the forums, go to the comment section here, talk about how you feel, are you excited, what do you want to know, how about that? What do we want to know from Steve Forge Games? What are the community's big questions? Go ahead and discuss it, and we'll see what else we can get from them. They have been extremely nice and extremely outgoing with trying to get as much information out as possible. So I am very excited to see what the future holds with a lot of these characters, with a lot of these minis. I'm excited. Rivet Wars Reloaded. That'll be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more Rivet Wars news, you can definitely subscribe to this channel. I'm a steampunk-oriented channel, but obviously I have a lot of other things. I try not to be a gaming channel, but I make no qualms. I am the Rivet Wars channel. I have been trying so hard. With that being said, check out my Rivet Wars playlist. I've done tons of rampant speculation videos like this, but I also talk about the units and the rules and some other things. And it might be worth a watch if you're new to Rivet Wars. Or even if you're not, you might find it entertaining at how ridiculous I am. So with that, I'm going to go and spread this far and wide and try to get this edited before I have to go into work. And I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm ready to get in the fight. I'm so ready. I have something at the end of this August tunnel, and that's September 6th. September 6th, everyone! Woo!